we're going to go back to past hunts, and you get to go back in time, and you get to change one thing. Whether that's a moment in time, whether that was a decision, whether that was a circumstance, you could make one wish.
The one for me would be I would have left Eli in the tree.
Yeah.
On Blade. So for those of you that haven't heard, the story of Blade was not a giant deer, but he ain't little. I mean,
he was pretty giant deer.
High 160s, I would say. I mean, mid 160s.
When you would have killed him?
No, the year that I passed him, he was probably right at the 160 mark. The next year, I think, he was probably over 170.
Yeah, he was over 170 with like a 16-inch spread.
Yes. So anyhow, I passed Blade the year before with my good buddy Waylon running the camera, and he's like, "You're an idiot," because he was there for 15 minutes making a scrape. I mean, he just stood there at like 16 yards. And then the next year rolls around, we're not seeing him. A lot of stuff's going on. We're not seeing him, not showing up. I'm like, what's going on? My cameraman ends up seeing him, and he's bedded. And I don't go after him that day, not knowing, I think maybe he was injured then, but we didn't know any of this. We just knew he was bedded, and I was like, let's just get out of here. Now we know he's back in here. It's all good. I'll come back and I'll hunt him. Well, we climb in the stand. I don't know if it was a week later or a few days later, and I made a joke. There was a deer that I had named Punk because this deer was a jerk. Like, he just a punk, like a 3-year-old, 110-inch. Let me show you, like, getting in everyone's face. I mean, just had this freaking attitude. And I'm like, what a pain. And I said, this will be the deer that I see him, because there's always one that shows up everywhere you go. Well, anyhow, I see him standing up in our food plot about 150 yards away, and he's all bristled up. And I'm like, there must be another buck in there. Eli said, it's probably Blade. Punk has probably got Blade hemmed up, joking. And sure enough, I see Punk jump the fence and go in the timber. And all of a sudden, I see him coming back out. And I was like, oh, there is another buck. And I get my binoculars up, and it is Blade. But Blade has been crushed. His left shoulder there's nothing wrong that you can see, no physical wound or anything like that. But he cannot get that leg underneath himself. And so, like, he almost hits his face on the ground. And then he comes limping out of there, and Punk is right on him, like, come on, I'm going to whoop your butt. So Blade just tries to get away from him. He ends up coming over in front of us about 75, 80 yards, and he lays down. And I'm like, I'm going to stalk this deer and shoot him, because I truly believed when I saw him that he was hurt bad enough that coyotes would catch him.